Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. I'm the Stone Mando. You can call me Cody, whichever you prefer. And today we're going to be switching it up a little bit. We're going to be taking a look at a Marvel Legends figure review here today. Switching it up from the Black Series. And today we have the 2024 reissue of the Kingpin. And this figure came out, I believe it was a part of a Build-A-Figure wave in 2019. And then obviously they always do the Build-A-Figure, then they do the single release of the Build-A-Figure whenever they add it to a wave. But I believe the Build-A-Figure wave was a part of 2019 and the single release was issued in 2020. So going up for over $90 to $100 on the third-party aftermarkets. This is definitely a well-wanted figure of hardcore animated or just comic Spider-Man fans in general. But really stoked to have this now 4 years later. Like I said, it's going for 100 plus on the aftermarkets. Got this guy off Big Bad for like 40, 41 bucks, something like that. So I'm super stoked to have him. I did watch the old animated series growing up with my brother, so this part of Spider-Man, and that iteration of Spider-Man is one of my favorite growing up, specifically with it as well. And this box is freaking huge. I'm grabbing a couple boxes so y'all can just see the size comparison. Here's the Mandalorian Street Hawk, and then a DC Multiverse black suit variant Nightfall Batman. But he is a hefty boy, as Kingpin should be. I think his weight is like only 350 pounds or some shit, which in my opinion, he should be like 450, 550. I'd have to look on I'd have to Google his actual weight. But if it's anything less than 350 or 400, I think that's kind of crazy. But I will turn this around real quick so y'all can get a look at the back. There's not a whole lot going on, but you can see the other figures that came in the wave. So that's pretty cool. And something that I wish that that Black Series would take away from the Marvel Legends line is this thicker card back here, man. This is just such beautiful, thick, sturdy card back, and to have these beautiful, like here, I actually just happen to have my 40th Return of the Jedi right here. Like this card back, look how thin this is. This is beautiful enough to deserve this thick of card back. So you can kind of see how much thicker it actually is. But yeah, that's something that I wish that the Black Series would start picking up on from Marvel Legends. I mean, it's Hasbro, so I don't understand why they can't kind of use the same packaging for each. You know, I wouldn't imagine, I don't know how much more or less Marvel licensing is versus Star Wars licensing, but that's stuff that's over my head and that I don't know because it's not my job. And there's other smarter people out there to handle that kind of stuff. But that's just my 2 cents and kind of my thought process on it. But let's get this dude opened up. I'm really excited to get him on the shelf in my Spider-Man section. And yeah, let's take a closer look at him. I just popped off the more beaten up, black-eyed, beaten up face. And I don't know if it's just mine or the way that this is, but the eyes kind of look they look a little cockeyed a little bit. I'm not sure if that's just me looking at it, but if you put it to the side, it's not so bad. But there is some nice scratches on here. The paint on the eyes is good. The teeth are clean. But the eyes just look a little cockeyed on this for some reason to me. Let me know if this looks cockeyed to you or not. It looks a little, I don't know. I can't tell. Might not be that bad. And it came off no problem. Here is the regular, unbeat up, not beat up head. Very clean eyes. That baby blue, bright blue. Ears look good. He's a bald guy like myself. Eyebrows are very nicely done. I like the details of the forehead lines. That's pretty cool. And then obviously, just looking at the top of the figure here, this is what it's just a little ball joint on a hinge. Nothing fancy here. And here's Kingpin's pimp cane with his nice diamond up on top, looking like I'm forgetting his name from Jurassic Park. He's got the little mosquito and the ember or whatever, the sap. But it's not anything crazy. Got some brown paint, or probably a brown plastic with this gold paint on it. So that's pretty cool. I like it's kind of very translucent, look like a jewel. Got a nice cut to it as well. Very cool. I'm just taking a closer look at Kingpin here. He is a bigger guy, so I wouldn't expect to get a whole lot of articulation. But you can see these little cuts. Let me focus this real quick. You can see these cuts right here. It's not a whole lot, so you don't get a whole lot out of the elbow. But you do get some, there you see this cut right here, so you do get some decent shoulder range. Of course, it spins 360 degrees. Got a little bit of range in the hips here, so we can get a pretty decent split going on. Not too bad. Got some pretty deep cuts right here, so you can get that knee to not anywhere near 90, but there is some bend to it. He's got thigh swivel as well. This whole jacket, his suit here is an overlay, so that's pretty nice. Getting to the ankle, trying to see, not really a whole lot of swivel or anything going on. There's a little bit of up and down motion with the feet on the ankles. Not a whole lot though, but you don't really need that with the paint. And he's a stout guy. He's going to stand pretty stout and sturdy, no problem. And then just looking at the paint on this figure, trying to bring him in. Really nice paint. I like this gold here. So I'm trying to get this focused in. Very clean paint, especially on the buttons here. Nice sculpting too as well. The nice red. I kind of like the folds in this overlay as well. Not too much going on with the overlay, just white. But that's pretty cool. Got his nice purple plain. This is his classic costume, you know what I'm saying? Got some nice texture. He's got it looks like some alligator or snake boots maybe. Got some nice texturing on it though. Very nice sculpting. Same thing with the pants. Nice folds and stuff at the bottom of it there. He's got his ring here. I think that's pretty cool. Got a nice kind of reddish color to it with some like brass or gold paint. The orange and the blue complement each other very nicely too. And there is some little bit, not a whole lot of back and forth, but it's mostly just rotation. Very much. You can go back and forth a lot, no problem. But you don't want to do that because it'll break up the scope and it'll look kind of wonky. But it's cool. It's nice to have it. But this blue looks really nice. His little ascot or scarf thing, whatever. That nice gold on there. Very clean. And just look at his face again. Eyes are super well done. But yeah, big ass bald dude, man. One thing about articulation, I almost skipped over is swivel at the elbow here. It's not. And then swivel at the knee here as well. I'm trying to. There you go. Just wanted to minor things, but there's still something that the figure does. So I wanted to talk about it. Also, as well, got a pretty decent, nice range of motion in the left hand here. Got a horizontal hinge, and the same thing with the right hand, also a horizontal hinge. Just real quick before I get into the side by side comparisons, I wanted to give y'all a nice 360-degree view look at this figure in its entirety. And this is a big chunky figure, man. I definitely understand why it's up there at $40. And there's a decent amount of paint on it as well, a lot of sculpting into it. I know this is a builder figure, but nice not having to fork out over $100 just to have the representation of Kingpin, because he is a very crucial part to the Spider-Man lore and the animated series and comics, of course. I believe his first appearance was sometime in the late 60s. I want to say 67 or 68. I forget what issue. I think it was somewhere like the 50th to the 60th issue, somewhere in between there and in the late 60s was when Kingpin's first appearance in the Spider-Man comics really happened. But like I said earlier, I love this iteration, the comics version, the late 90s version of the animated Spider-Man series. Just grew up watching it with my brother and went back through a couple months ago and restarted again after watching X-Men 97. And X-Men 97 kind of uncovered my soft spot that I had for Marvel growing up, because X-Men and Spider-Man was kind of always me and my brother's thing out of Marvel, other than Hulk and Thor. Those are my boys. But Spider-Man and X-Men, just very soft spot, like kind of close to my heart or whatever, my nerd heart. So yeah, I just really wanted the representation, having Kingpin on the shelf with my Spider-Man section. But really awesome looking figure for the money, and as much figure as this is, he's a big boy, as he should be. Kingpin is a giant guy. So this is an awesome looking figure, and I am super stoked to finally have it in my collection. And kicking things off here for the side-by-side comparisons, here on the left is the Marvel Legends Symbiote Spider-Man, one of my favorite costumes from Spider-Man. I'm not even going to get into how much I love that figure in any facts, because I'll get caught up when this freaking review will be 30 minutes. And then here on the right is the Hobgoblin. Love both of these figures. And just to have some fun, I figured I'd throw some X-Men 97 figures in the side-by-side comparisons. Here on the right, it's Nightcrawler, and here on the left is Wolverine, of course. Now standing in here on the right is the Astonishing Wolverine, brand new out of 2024 this year. And then here on the left is the X-Men 97, also brand new out of this year, X-Men 97 Gambit. And just for fun and shits and giggles, I just figured I'd throw in some NECA figures. Here on the left is the 1987 OG Jungle Hunter Predator, and here on the right is the TMNT Last Ronin. Love both of these figures, especially this Last Ronin, man. Now standing for the final comparisons, these are actually two bootleg figures. This Venom is damn near identical to the Marvel Legends version, and this Spider-Man is pretty close as well, but I really like the way that both of these figures look next to this Kingpin, so hell yeah. Well, yeah, that pretty much sums up this review, and like I said earlier, just from this being a Build-A-Figure in 2019 and the single release came in 2020, so it's been four or five-ish years since we've had this in the Marvel Legends line, and as I said earlier, it's kind of spiked up there for $100+ on the third-party aftermarket prices, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely pick this guy up for $40. There's a lot of plastic here. There's a lot of figure. Obviously, there's some limited articulation, but you can only get so much articulation with these bigger figures such as this. But the paint looks good. The sculpt looks awesome, and I just really dope to have the representation of Kingpin. Like I said earlier, I'm a huge fan of this iteration of Spider-Man the animated series and like the comics or whatever. But I appreciate you all tuning into this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. And I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Thanks for watching.